What's up, guys? And today I'm going to be talking about who I think is going gold, diamond, silver, and bronze. And I'm going to talk about the investments I'm making before the May 2nd update tomorrow. And let's get right into it. So I'm starting out with my longer term investments here. And my first one is Rafael Devers. And I'm going with Rafael Devers because he's money, right? He's really reliable every year. And every year at some point he goes diamond. And if you don't hit on 600, maybe he goes to 83, maybe he goes to 84, maybe he gets close, and then you're at least picking up some stubs because eventually Rafael Devers will hit. This one's maybe a bit of a longer term investment. I'll probably actually put more in Devers here in a minute as a longer term investment, but he will get hot at some point. He is a streaky hitter and he will get hot and he will go borderline diamond if not diamond. It happens every year. I hit on Red Devers like every year. The next one might be seen as longer term as well, but I am also, keep in mind, I am also a Tigers fan. But I've got 24 Jace Youngs. He's one of our top or higher end prospects. So if he comes up to the MLB and does what I think he should do, you're gonna hit, and it's not that much of a gamble at 9 stubs. You're not really losing too much. And Malloy, he's been batting leadoff for us all year, so I'm thinking, okay, Malloy, he may go up just because he's batting leadoff. He hasn't been great. He's only batted like 200, but he's been our leadoff the whole year, so I think he'll go up from being not even a bronze, right? He'll at least be a bronze. So at least I hit on him at least being a bronze. That's my like, what is he? What can you quick sell for? 5? Yeah, you're just gonna get 5. So you don't lose much. And there's a good hit radius for these two, I think. And if I was a fan of other teams, I would probably know more players down in that level where it's a little bit lower. But I just know the Tigers. I just watch a lot of the Tigers. Chris Bubich, he's another one, but the issue with Chris Bubich is everybody's on to him, right? Everybody knows Chris Bubich is going gold this time. So he's expensive. He's already got the price of gold, and he's not even gold yet. Next is Vinny Pasquantino. 65 a penny, or Vinny. Now, I just believe in Vinny. I believe in Vinny to get it going. Now, Vinny is only batting 177, so this is a pretty risky one. 65 of Vinny, but I'm a Vinny believer. I think he'll get to gold at some point eventually, and then I'll hit. That's why I say it's a longer-term investment, because he probably isn't going gold necessarily this time. But in sometime in the future, I think he gets his average up, and he's got the power, and I think eventually he goes gold. Isaac Paredes, this is another one I think is going to go gold eventually. It's a good investment at only 150, and eventually I think it'll eventually pay out for 400 because he started off the year poor, right? And I'm going to check his stats right now, but he started off the year not too great, but he's got it into gear. Because at the start of the year, he was batting like under 100. Like, it was bad. But then he got it going. So I'm pretty sure he's at least over 200 batting average now. He's batting 252 with 4 home runs. He's doing better than Vinny. So Paredes, I feel like this is a good bet right here at 150. I feel like you can invest a lot here, and the next couple updates see him go gold and get a lot of return on it. At least over double than what you invested, at least. Kenley Jansen could be a good one in the short term because he has not even given up a run this year yet. The issue is he doesn't get a lot of save opportunities as he plays for the Angels. But if you want this is a decent one because he's probably going silver. And what is the 70? I think he goes 75, 76. And what did they sell for? 50? So at 59, though, he's going for more, right? Because people are already onto this. Because these short-term investments, people are already going to be onto those, and they're already going to be very invested in them. But he's a solid short-term investment if you think he's going more than a 75. My next investment is Spencer Strider because eventually Spencer Strider will also go diamond in my opinion. It may not be this time. I'm not too sure what his stats was because he was hurt for a lot of the start of the season, so I'm not too sure what his stats look like so far. But Spencer Strider will go diamond. He's too good of a pitcher to not go diamond at some point. So I've got 20. I'm stocked up on 25 of him, but he's more moderately expensive because he's already an 84. So, but if you invest in him, I think he will eventually go diamond. It's a pretty sure bet. He's got 3.6 ERA so far, and he'll probably get that down. So, and he's a very good strikeout pitcher as well. So he'll eventually go diamond. I think that's for sure. So this is a pretty safe bet. It does cost a little bit, but you're still gonna at least see a good return investment because they quick sell. The 85s quick sell for like 3,000. So you'll still get a return on investment. Pete Alonso, this is another. This could even be a short term because he'll go up some overalls here. He's only an 81. And he's going for 2,000 because he's at least gonna hit like 84. He's batting like 340 or something ridiculous. But this is more a bet in the short term. If you're looking at the short term buying into Pete Alonso, it's more in the thought that he's going to eventually go diamond. Because if you're thinking he's just going to become an 84 and stop, then there's no point because he's already more than the price of an 84. So if you're investing in Pete Alonso, you think he's going diamond, basically. That's what it is. I'm trying to steer away from the sure bets like Kyle Schwarber because they're already the price of a gold. But Kyle Schwarber has a chance to where he may go above just an 80, and then you get some return on investment because an 80 quick sells for 400. You're buying him for 385, and then maybe he goes to an 81 or something. You get 600 back per Kyle Schwarber you buy. So I think Kyle Schwarber goes above an 80 eventually. So I feel like this is also a good investment because he will probably go above an 80. He's been really good. I'm also liking Keibert Ruiz. I think he's been one of the top catchers this year, and he's got a lot of potential as a player. So I think eventually he could go gold. So I'm liking Keibert Ruiz in the long term a lot. In the short term, he's 70 snubs right now, and that's already a lot. But at 70 stubs, you're definitely looking for him to go above like a 77, which I think eventually he will hit above a 77. I think he'll go gold at some point if he doesn't cool off. C.J. Abrams is another one I like to go gold. And, well, James Wood's the obvious one, right? He's already 380. But C.J. Abrams, he's got a lot of potential. I think he's been decent this year, and I think he eventually goes gold as well, and you'll get some return on investment if you make that one as well. I see a lot of people saying PCA is going to go diamond. He just might. He's been pretty good this year. But he's already 2,300 though, so you have to be pretty sure again. Like with Pete Alonso, you got to be pretty sure that eventually PCA is going to diamond. I'm not too sure about that bet because he's such a young guy. I'm not the one that's going to make that bet at 22 years old. Hunter Green will also go up a lot. He's been very good this year. But you have to be pretty sure at 1,300 as well that Hunter Green on the same flip side is going to go diamond again. But you can still make a little bit of profit if he goes 84 and then he doesn't quite hit diamond. You can still make a little bit of profit. But I would only invest in Hunter Green right now if you're completely sure he's going to go diamond. Geraldo Perdomo at 110. This is probably going to be one of my highest value bets here because he's been very good this year. He's been like the best shortstop in the league this year, and he's only a 76 right now. But he's 110 stubs. But eventually I think he goes gold, and then you make 400, and you make almost four times what you paid. So I'm pretty high on Geraldo Perdomo. As long as he doesn't cool off, he'll be a very high leverage investment for me with these 170,000 stubs. Another long-term investment I have is Dylan Cease because he's been so utterly bad this year. I'm going to hold because he may even go silver, but I'm going to keep investing in him because I think Dylan Cease will come back and finish the year strong, right? And then eventually, if I buy silvers, if he comes to silver, I'm buying a ton of them because I think eventually he'll come back into high gold at some point during the year, and then you'll see a lot of profit for him. So I'm done editing. I finished the video, but there's a couple I wanted to add. The couple I wanted to add was Noelvi Marte. He's been very good so far in his couple games, and if he can, you know how young guys are, but if he keeps his momentum, he will be at least a silver by the end of the year. For 75, that's a pretty low price to play for where he could be, I feel. And the other guy I invested in that I didn't talk about was Gleyber Torres. He's around the same price. He's like 110. I think he's going to go gold. He's been pretty good so far this season. So I've got the same opinion about both of them. But Gleyber Torres is a more safer bet. I feel pretty good about Gleyber Torres. So those are all my investments a day before the update. I mean, there's not much you can do, right? Because all the prices are up and everybody's bought all the ones that are obvious. I'm trying to give you my short term, but like I said, there's the obvious ones everybody's already all over. But I try to also give you my long term ones that I think are eventually you're going to make some money on if you're just a little patient with it. And a lot of these guys, they will go gold or diamond eventually at one point in time, and then you can sell them. But ultimately, I think you should just invest in the players you believe in because ultimately that's going to, if you live and die by the players you believe in, at least you invested in the players you believed in. And that's what I believe. The players you think are eventually going to go to a higher overall is what you should invest in and make the longer-term investments. I wouldn't make the shorter-term investments necessarily for this update, but I'd play the long game and be patient with it. And then you'll get a lot more subs that way, I believe. But that's about it. So thank you for watching, everyone, and hopefully you make some stubs. Hopefully I make some stubs, and that's about it. So yeah.